Hi everyone, it's svgcoop.com and we are back working on MA020 and we're working on page 7 and 8 for our little books. And again, you're going to be making 2 of each of these. So you're going to start with your background piece. Just kind of put that aside there. And we're going to have, you're going to have a tall piece, and then you're going to have a piece that has 3 score lines. So we're just going to fold that right on the score line. Give that a good rub. We're going to slip our tall piece right inside there like this. Okay, like that. And then we're going to come along the back and put some score tape. And I'm putting it right over the edge so it'll help hold it together. Okay. And I'm going to pull the tape off. And we're going to stick that right on the side here, like this, up a little bit. Then you're going to have a big tag, and we're just going to glue the pattern paper to the front of the tag. You can cut an extra design piece or pattern paper if you want to put it on both sides. I only cut one. And of course you can poke a hole in it and put a ribbon in or whatever you want. Just going to stick that right inside there. Okay, then you're going to have a square with pattern paper. Put the square on. Okay, and this we're actually going to put it so that it's down lower and it comes off the page a little bit. So what I want to do is I'm going to put some score tape on here. And I just want that to hang off the page a little. Okay, and then we're going to have a little tag. We're just going to glue the pattern paper to the top. And then we're just going to put glue on the half here because we want to be able to get a photo underneath the tag here. So I'm just going to put a little glue on half of that. And stick that right there, like that. Okay, so that's one side. Then, for our next side, you're going to have your background piece, and you're going to have a tall piece that has a score line on top and bottom, so we're just going to fold that on the top and bottom. And we're going to slip our larger piece inside there. And you want to get that about centered, like that. So we'll just put some score tape on the folds. And on the other side. Okay, then we're going to have a photo mat, so we're just going to glue pattern paper to both sides. Okay, and that's just going to sit right inside our belly band here. Then you're going to have two pieces, one that has a score line along the top and then a matching rectangle piece. We're just going to fold that. Put some score tape inside there. Okay, I'm just going to line that up like that. Fold it on the score line. Okay, so you're making a little flip up. We're going to put some score tape in the middle here. Just kind of want to measure it. Just going to put some like here and right here. You're measuring it against the belly band because it's going to stick to that. So we're going to just take the tape off here and stick that centered on our belly band. Okay. And we're just going to glue the pattern paper on. And that's our page. So let's get some tape on the back here. And we're going to put some tape on the back of our other page we made. We'll get our book. And what you want to make sure is that you install the page that has the piece sticking out. That has to be the one that's going to go on the top of your page 7 and 8. So, because otherwise it won't fit on your page there. So just pull this off. Get that glued in right there. And flip that over. Okay, get that installed like that. And that's our page 7 and 8. Alright, thanks for watching. We'll be back. Hi everyone, it's svgcoop.com and we are working on pages 5 and 6 for our mini album MA020. So we're going to start with, we're going to have a little piece with a score line, and you're just going to fold that on the score line. Then we're going to glue our pattern paper onto, both sides. And then you're going to have another piece, a long piece with a score line, so we'll fold that. And what we're going to do is we're going to glue, you're going to have a little rectangle pattern piece. We're going to glue that to the front of our other pattern piece here. Just like that. And then we're going to, before we glue that down, going to take some score tape, put it on the inside of our little hinge here. We're going to hook that to the inside here like this. And then we're going to glue this to the outside of our little piece that we just folded. Okay, then I'm just going to glue the pattern piece that goes on the back right on there. Okay, I'm just going to put that aside for a minute. And then you're going to have 4 what look like photo mats, and we're just going to get some pattern paper glued to each one of those. Like that. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to take our base and we're going to, now I did this a little bit differently in my other page because you know you're making 2 of these. So what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to set these up just about like that. So I'm going to put some score tape here and then some here and here. So I'm just going to make sure, you want to make sure you get it on the right side. So I'm going to, I want it here and here, so I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to do the opposite. So here and here. I'm not going to go all the way. Okay, I'm going to put this right about here. Okay, and then this one, again, I want to go along the bottom and the side. So when I flip it over, it's on this side. And a little this way. Again, not all the way. Okay, I'm just going to stick that right about there. And then this one, you're not going to put any sticky on. It's just going to sit right underneath both of those like that, so you can pull it out. Okay, then I'm going to come back to this piece and put some score tape on the inside of our fold here. And I'm going to get that lined up with the edge of our paper because it's going to fit exactly, and just fold it, and there we go. That's our page. So I'm just going to put some tape on the back. And that'll be ready to install. But we're going to do our next page first. Okay, so this page, you're going to have a couple of pieces that look like this. You're going to have background piece and then pattern paper. So I'm just going to get that pattern paper glued down. Like that. And I'm going to glue the second one with the pattern paper on it. Okay, then you're also going to have a piece that looks like this. It's got a little score line on it. I initially cut mine out of pattern paper, but I don't think it's going to be strong enough, so I went back and cut a piece again out of cardstock. So there's not 2 file pieces for this, so you would just want to cut this twice. I'm just going to glue the pattern paper onto the cardstock. This is going to be kind of like a handle, sort of. So I'm going to get that glued down. Okay. Then you're going to have a large rectangle on pattern paper that matches. So we're just going to put the pattern paper on there. And then you're going to take your piece with the fold in it and a little knob here. You're going to fold on the score line. Let's put some tape inside the fold. Okay, I'm just going to line these up like that. Fold that over. And I'm just going to put some glue and glue this down. I'm going to glue this sort of to the edge here. Okay, then what I want to do is I'm going to fold this little piece on the score line. And I'm going to put some score tape on the back of the little piece here like this. And I'm going to just kind of center this where I want it. Okay, so what we want to do is we need a magnet closure. So I'm going to grab 2 little magnets. And I'm going to put some tape on both sides. Take the tape off one. And I'm just going to put that right under there. Okay. And then stick this side. Okay, and then get those magnets apart. Try and get my fingernail in there. They're really strong little magnets. There we go. Okay. So then I can now put my pattern paper over that, cover up the magnet. And then we're going to can do the inside piece. Like that. Okay, and then we're going to glue this. So what I want to do is put some score tape, because I want this to hold pretty well. I'm going to put some score tape on the end of here. Okay, and I want this to be right about there. And press that down. Then you're just going to glue the matching pattern piece right on top. Like that. Okay. And then we can put some score tape on the back. I'm going to go right over my little piece here that's going to help hold it. And we can get this inserted into our book. So I'm just going to pull the tape off. And pull the tape off. Oops. Okay. And there we go. Okay, so now all of our pages are installed. We'll be back with the next step. Thanks for watching. Hi everyone, it's svgcoop.com and we are back on our finishing touches for MA020. And what I want to do now is just, you're going to have a file that's going to have all of the pieces to just put a general cover off over all of the outside of our box. So I'm just going to start gluing these down basically. So I'm just going to grab my glue. And I'm just going to start putting these pattern paper pieces right over each one of essentially the squares in our book. And you're just going to get those glued in there so we can hide our magnets and that type of thing. And of course this is pretty simple. You're going to have big squares and then some rectangles. So you'll be able to figure out which piece goes where. All the rectangles are the same size and the squares are the same size. So it doesn't matter, you can mix it up a bit, do it however you like. Okay, get this one on there. This one on there. Basically, like I said, we're just putting the squares on the square parts, rectangles where the rectangles go, and just give it a good rub. And we're going to just do both the inside and the outside. Oops. So it's kind of quick. Of course, you can decorate these, add whatever you like to. You could even, if you wanted to, you could add a little bit of, you could add some of the folded pages to some of these. You know, if you use the files for the inside pages, you could also add them to some of these outside pages. Just size them and you would be all set. Okay, I'm going to flip this over. Whoops. There goes my crocodile. Okay. Just going to get this glued on the front. Like that. And you can put a title on, whatever it is that you want to do with your book. This one is kind of a non-themed book, so I didn't make accessories to go with it because I think everybody has a stash of, you have a stash of stickers, you probably have a stash of files that you can cut with your Cricut to turn this into any, or your Silhouette, to turn this into basically any kind of book you want. So really the focus was just to make you a book that you could use for anything. I happen to use boy paper because I want to make a book for my husband for Father's Day. Well, not really necessarily Father's Day because Father's Day is over, but just, you know, for dads in general, for him. But you could use Disney paper, you could use Christmas paper, Halloween paper, anything. You literally can turn this book into anything. And our last one. Okay, like that. Okay, so Now, cover's all done, and we're ready to put our books in. So this one's going to go that way, and you know, with our magnets. So the other book is just going to fold in like that, and then got our magnet to close it, and there you go. We are all done. MA020. Thanks for watching.